Hi, my name's Paul Grogan and welcome to part 8 of my Book of Hours playthrough. This is actually the last video that I'm planning to do in this series unless lots of you want to see more of it. So please let me know if you are interested in watching any more of this series and I will consider fitting it into my schedule. But yes, we're going to be playing part 8, which is nowhere near the end of this game. But since part 7, I have spent a couple of days and I have catalogued all of the books that we found in, where was it, in here. So all of the books from here have now all been catalogued. I've written them down on my list. There's a few of them that I think I'm going to be able to do, depending on the weather and depending on a few other circumstances. But yes, we've done all of that. The other thing that I wanted to mention from part 7 is I was having difficulty with the scrolling, and thanks to the help on the Discord channel, I found out that one of the settings is a new setting, and this is zoom speed. Now, the reason why I increased zoom speed is because I wanted to quickly pan left and right. The problem is that zoom speed also alters how fast it zooms in and zooms out. And it isn't just how fast, it's actually the, I don't know the word I'm looking for, the gradation of how much it zooms in. So the problem that I was having in part 7 is I would literally zoom in once and it would go straight to the room full size. And if I zoomed out, it'd be too small. Anyway, I've remapped some keys on my keyboard now, so it's a lot better. Anyway, it is a new day. The memories have gone from the day previous. We've got all of our things. You've not missed anything, apart from just 2 days of me cataloguing books. So, yeah, let's see where we are today. It's a Gale. Now, Gale is 3 heart and 3 sky, so that's a really powerful weather card. So, I'm just going to have a look at my books and see what have we got that requires heart or sky. Moon lantern, edge scale, grail lantern, winter moth, sky scale. Oh, sky. Sky here. On what is contained by silver requires 6 sky. So we've got 3 there from the weather. Do we have a skill that gives us sky? We do. Glass blowing and vessel crafting gives us sky 1. Lockworks and clockworks gives us sky 1. Yeah, nothing gives us sky 2. So that would be the 1 plus the 3 for the weather. That would be 4. And I've got a note here that if we have the confounding parable memory, that is going to give us sky 2. Okay, so that's what we should try and do at least today. We need to get our confounding parable memory back. And we do that by reading or rereading Locksmith's Dream. I've written down P&P on my list. I can't quite remember exactly what it is, but it is this one. No, this one, this one, this one. Which one is it? This is it. Locksmith's Dream, Portions and Proportions. So if I reread this, I am going to get the confounding parable memory. Okay, what we're going to read it with. We can read it with any of them, so let's read it with Fet because we've got loads of Fet. Okay, so that's running. Also, notice on the right-hand side, we've got this pop up today. And I'm really glad this didn't pop up in the 2 days where I was kind of, just playing myself and not streaming it. But this is another current affairs card. Or is it the same one? It's the same one. What's happening in the world beyond Bran Krug? What visitors will the season bring? So we'll either draw a new incident, find a suitable visitor for the current incident, or retire the current incident if there are no visitors left for it. So I don't know what's going to happen with that today because we did have the visitor, which was Morgan. Yeah, and then she disappeared as soon as we assigned her to it. So I don't quite know what that was about. But anyway, that happened. That was a thing. We also want to find the book that we are going to master, which one was it? On what is contained by silver. Now, I've not been very good at sorting out my books because there's so many of them. And I'm not used to the colour system, but there you go. There we found it. On what is contained by silver. So it is blue because it requires sky. So I think the colour coding is important. Oh, really annoying that you can't just swap. It seems to swap, but then it doesn't. Right, so that's the one that we're going to get mastery of. And while we're here, let's go and do some work in the pub. I always like doing a bit of manual labour in the pub just to get a bit of money. So we can do that. We do only have 1 health, though. And I don't know why this says start brackets DOW. Again, they're releasing these patches for it all the time, and every time they do release a patch, it clearly breaks something else. I don't quite know what that's supposed to say. But anyway, that's that running. Also, in the meantime, let's have a look at rooms that we can unlock. So we've got a room here that requires 6 heart or 6 sky. Now that's going to be quite difficult to do. That one requires 5 lantern or 5 forge. Now we know that Reverend Timothy has got 2 lantern. If we can get him 3 more, now we can talk to him about Fost. That gets him 2. Can we talk to him about a memory? We can. We can get a memory of sight, and we can talk to him about that. That will put him up to 5. So let's go and do it. Let's go and get Reverend Timothy from the old rectory. And because he's our friend, we just need to speak to him. We don't need any money. So let's let that run. That's going to be the first one that's going to run out, I think. Yeah, right. So we collect that. Then we are going to speak to him. And we're going to speak to him about Fost, which is going to give him 4 lantern. That's going to take 30 seconds. I'll let that run. Speed up time a little bit. Okay, so that's that. Now, can we speak to him about an item? This is one thing I'm not 100% sure about. Can we find an item in our house which has a lantern icon on? A lantern aspect. For example, the mirroscope. The mirroscope has a lantern. So can we speak to Reverend Timothy? And we may have done this in a previous episode and I've forgotten. We can. Excellent. So we speak to him about that. That's going to give him the 5 lantern, which we can use to unlock another room. Excellent. In the meantime, we have gained our confounding parable, which means we can now try to master this book. So we're mastering it with, what do we need? Sky 6. So we're using the confounding parable, which is 2. We're using, what skill was it we were using? Either glass blowing and vessel craft or lockworks and clockworks. Let's use glass blowing and vessel crafting. So that's 3 sky, and we're getting the other 3 from the Gale. Oh, which is a memory. So actually, yeah, okay. Now we can't start until we've put a soul in. Do we have any souls with sky? We don't. Oh no, we do. Fost. But we've used all of our Fost. Okay, we're just going to have to put something else in. It doesn't need to have sky, but we've only got 4 out of 6. So I'm hoping, this is a little bit of a risk, we'll let this run down and hopefully it will give us the opportunity to add another memory. And if it does, we can add the confounding parable. That will get us to 6. That will unlock another skill. Right, meanwhile, a visitor interested in opera. Right, we have another visitor. It is Mr. Ehsan Fekri, formerly Ehsan, that's it, was a healer. He was not human. He was Secretary Salvant of Hush House, but not all at the same time. Fussy, kind, famously foul to look upon. Ugh. Well, look at that. He's got 3 sky. He's a visitor for the affair of Apollo and Marsyas. Yeah, he's a visitor. He understands Aramaic. He's an occupant, so we can put him in a bed. He understands Greek. He understands Deep Mandaic, which I don't. And he's interested in heart. Okay, I still don't quite know what we do with these, because they're not assistants. We can't use them to unlock new rooms. I think you speak to him about the affair. I think that's what we did last time, but I don't really know what that did. I can't remember. Yeah, I know we did something, but incidents is a part of the game that I'm still a bit unsure about. Meanwhile, we've worked down the pub and we've earned a bit of money. Okay, so we got some money. Right, we've finished speaking to Reverend Timothy. So Timothy should now have 5 lantern, which means... Was it here? Yes, we can explore the smoking room. You never know. There might be lots of books. And in fact, if you look closely, this room filled with books. Now, whether those books are, you know, readable books that we can actually try and catalogue or not, I don't know. But that's going on. Mastery of this is going on. This is the important one. We need to see what opportunities it's going to give us to add more things in there. So you wait for the timer to run down, and here we go. Right, it is giving us 3 chances. 1 chance for memory, 1 chance for something comfortable, and another chance for an extra soul. Now, thankfully, we can put in... Oh no, it wants a soul. We don't have a soul that will go in there that will give us the sky that we need. No. So, let's let the timer run down a bit more. That's the soul opportunity gone. The next one is the memory, which is the confounding parable, giving us the 6th winter. Sorry, the 6th sky. Excellent. Right. So, let's let that run down. And then that should give us a lesson when it's finished. There you go. Right. So I've mastered this. Pomander engages in a considerable and pedantic discussion about the particular mirror alloys that attract particular danger from particular entities. This is less useful, of course, in an era where most mirrors are silvered glass. Virgins / maidens of the mirror favour orchids. The behindlings favour the rhododendron. Cut flowers of either nature should not be placed before polished bronze. Is that a clue to something? Or is that just flavour? Because I think you can grow orchids somewhere. Anyway, we've got a memory of pattern, so I need to write down that in my book. So on what is contained by silver, tick, we've mastered it, and we get memory pattern when we read it. So if we want the pattern memory, we can reread that book. Okay, and it's given us a lesson in glass blowing and vessel crafting. Now we've already... Oh no, that is our... Oh no, that is the same thing as we had. Right. Okay, so it's given us a lesson in something that we've already got a skill for. Now what that means is we could use that lesson to increase glass blowing and vessel crafting to level 2. Unfortunately, glass blowing and vessel crafting is already committed. So what we actually want to do is we want to increase one of our skills that isn't already committed. Now, glass blowing and vessel crafting has knock and sky. So I believe you can use it to increase anything that has knock or sky. That's got knock. So if I've understood this correctly, we can use the lesson of glass blowing and vessel crafting to increase Edict's Liminal, which is not currently committed, to level 2. Let's try it. Or anything else. What was it again? Sky. We have a Sky 2. Oh, I'd forgotten we have that. Did I forget to write that down in my book? I think I did. Yep, I've forgotten to write that down in my book. So this is Sights and Sensations. That would have made life easier. Sensations. Which we've got, it's Sky 2. And is that Winter? I think that's Winter. Winter 1. Okay, so we do have a skill that's Sky 2. We could increase that to Sky 3 and Winter 2. So the way that you do that, this is I can never remember. Oh, we've got some more books. We have unlocked another room with loads more books in. Just when I thought I'd sort of reached a bit of a brick wall with not having enough books to read, we've unlocked loads. So is this where you increase it? Can't remember. Let's just try the normal consider. So if we consider, what do we want to increase? Sights. Edict's Luminal. Oh, that's got 2 moth. Edict's Luminal, which I've also not written down. Bad Paul, not writing things down in my book. So Edict's Luminal is actually knock 1 and moth 2. Okay, so we don't need to increase that. We don't really need the moth because we've already got Inks of Revelation, which is 2 moth. So I'm thinking we increase sights and sensations. So if we consider that, we need at least 1 lesson, and we can use that. We need to put in some effort, which can only be whist. And we need to put a memory in. Yeah. So it needs to be filled with memories, but at least one of them needs to be a lesson. So we're going to need, which match a power aspect. So we're going to need a memory of sky or winter. Okay, so forget that for now. How are we going to get, well, what's our memory pattern? Is that sky or winter? It's not. So I'm looking at my list to see what I can do to get a memory of sky or a memory of winter. Well, there is the confounding parable again. So I think we're going to read our favourite book. It's not that one, is it? Soul's Labours? Sorry, no, The Locksmith's Dream Incursus. No, it's not that one. What am I on about? What was it that got us the confounding parable again? It was Locksmith's Dream, Portions and Proportions. Where have I put it? Have I put it below the house again? There. So we're going to read it again. We've already read it once today, but we're going to read it again. And that's going to get us the confounding parable again. Now, you can't have 2 memories of the same name at the same time, but I think we can have it, use it, and then have it again. Okay, in the meantime, while that's running, we're going to talk to this guy, and we can talk to him about... Oh, we can talk to him about Bronze Spintria. My visitor can teach me the rudiments of this resonant language. After tutoring, the visitor will leave, even if they arrived on other business. Oh, so we can get him to teach us a language. Which particular language? It just says this resonant language. Is it maybe deep Mandaic? So we can use Bronze Spintria to get him to teach us that, or we can speak to him about this. Apollo and Marsyas is to be performed again in Paris. It is a great work, librarian, in more than one sense. Try a book with as much mystery as their interest. Okay, so so let's have a look at his interest. His interest is 3 heart. Or we could just speak to him. It's good to be back. Thank you for seeing me. If there's an incident card active, you can discuss it, or just leave the slot empty and offer a consultation. But if we're saying that he's interested in heart, and we've got a book, maybe not even a book that we've understood. So there was one book, but it's the record. Is there anything else on my list? No. I'm not finding another book. Let's try and speak to him about that record, even though we don't have a phonograph. So where is that? It's there. There it is. That's the one. Can we speak to him about it? No, because it needs to be, either an incident or a tally. So it's got to have a tally value. Well, that does have a tally value. It has a tally price. But it's not, this is something or someone from Numa. Well, it's not. Why can't we speak to him about that? Don't understand. But it won't let us. Let's just do the consultation and see what happens. I can identify with my visitor's interests and satisfy them with an appropriate book. Alternatively, if they know a language I'd like to learn, I can offer payment. Okay, well, maybe we put it in now. Now we can put it in. My visitor has questions about blessings or wardings or life. My collection has answers. So he's going to read that, even though maybe he's got his own portable record player with him. I don't know. So that's running. That running. What else is running? The day is almost over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a bit of... Yeah, I can find 6pence worth of odd jobs. Oh, right. Okay, so Chor is going to get me 6pence as well. Let's do some more odd jobs at the pub. What was unlocked? 6 hearts, 6 rows, or 6 sky. It's quite a lot, isn't it? And we've got all these books here to catalogue. So yeah, there's a lot of books here to catalogue. But there's the confounding parable. Right. So what were we doing? We were considering sights and sensations with that lesson, with the confounding parable, with whist, and this is going to improve the skill to level 2, which increases its aspects, which helps with crafting. Crafting we've not done yet, so there's still lots more to this game that we've not done. I think we've been for a walk on the moor, we've been for a walk on the beach. We've not thrown anything into the sea yet. I don't really know what that does. And I don't think we've crafted anything. So I don't know what crafting items is all about, but there's still plenty to explore already. So we've spoken to him about this. How encouraging. You've satisfied your visitor and earned a reward. But the more they learn, the harder they'll be to satisfy in future. What have we got? Iron Spintria. Okay, so I don't know what the currency exchange is on here. I don't know if iron is more than bronze. I mean, I think it is. But so it's occult coin. Iron Spintria are the lowest domination and display scenes of murder on their reverse. So iron is the lowest. So we got this bronze one that must be quite valuable. Okay, so we didn't learn a language from him, but we did show him a book. Right. Let's see what our level 2 skill is going to do for us. And it is... So it says... This skill is now level 2. Its power aspects have been increased. So it's basically 3 sky and 2 winter instead of 2 sky and 1 winter. But because it's not committed, we should be able to put this in the Tree of Wisdoms. So, it is Sights and Sensations. It is either Hushery or Nyctodromy. So, Nyctodromy is here. We've already put a level 2 skill in there. I should have looked at this before. Hushery, so it can go there. That's where it can go. It must be skill level 2. Must be Hushery. Cannot be already committed. Okay. Now, I don't know... Yeah, that's the only one that's highlighting, isn't it? Yeah, so we've worked it out correctly. That is the only one. And if we assign it, I don't know how you work out what element you get from that. It's whist. So, great. We've got another whist. You can never have enough whist. But that's it. That just got us that. But we do have a level 2 skill. Now what that means is this has got 3 sky. So I'm just going to have a look through my book again. On resonance is 6 sky. Memory pattern is not... I don't think we have... No. But having a skill that's got 3 sky is really going to help us with any other sky books that we need to learn. Depending on what the weather is like tomorrow. Of course, it all depends on the weather, which... also depends on the season. And before the day's out, we probably should start reading these books here, because we've got lots more books to read. So we're going to start cataloguing that one. Now, we should use a desk first. We should always use a desk, because some of the desks require specific soul. So that one uses whist or shaft. We'll use whist, and we'll put that book in there. Okay, whereas your own innate ability to consider things, that will use anything. Well, there's lots of stuff in this room. There's some candlesticks. There's a lamp. There's another candlestick. There's a glass of wine. Yeah, lots of stuff in here. Right, where's the other desk? Oh, except we're going to need to pop that book. Can we get rid of this one? On what is contained by silver. We've read that one. That has been mastered. That one has not been mastered, so I'm going to put that there. I'm carrying this Viper around. I can't seem to drop it. So let's take that one. Let's put that in there. And let's take that one. Right, so we've got 2 books. And let's go here where we have a desk. What can we put in this desk? Nothing. So it won't let us put anything in that desk. What about this one? Trist. So we can put Trist in there. With that in there. And start. So that's another 2 of those running. We'll hopefully get those catalogued before the end of the day. Right, there's 3 running. Awesome. And this new button is really good. It tells you when something's run out. So we've gained 6pence for doing manual labour at the Sweet Bones. And that's pretty much the end of the day. I don't feel like I've accomplished very much here, but it's a very gradual game. We have increased a skill. We've found some more books. We've mastered another book. We've gained an iron spintria. And this is one of those games where you just want to play more. Unfortunately, I don't have much time. So, we have catalogued the Beekeeper's Ends, which is going to require 8 nectar to master it, which I don't think we can do. We've also catalogued the Wound Wounds, which requires 18 edge. Wow, that must be a late game book. Because, yeah. Oh, what's happened here? Something has happened. Oh dear. Witchworms, tiny larvae with half-human faces. Fortunately, they rarely develop into their imago state, but even as larvae, their whispering can torment senses and distort thoughts. Okay, we got a problem. These can affect your shaft and whist and spread to nearby objects. You can remove them with a skill that's effective against infestations and at least 7 winter. So our whist has become shell-crossed. My thoughts are tangled and unfamiliar to me. Something of those who came before the carapace cross has always lingered in humankind. It's risen now in me. That doesn't sound good. So how do we get rid of it again? You can remove them with a skill that's effective against infestations and at least 7 winter. No chance. But this has got scale. Oh, it's a malady. Ah, cured with lantern. This malady can be cured with bed rest, something suitable, perhaps bright and invigorating to drink, and this much lantern aspect to rekindle the soul's light. Well, we've got lots of lantern, so hopefully we can recover from that. 18 edge. Wow. Okay. Let's see if we can recover from it. And finally, we've catalogued the Flayed Tantra. Requires 8 heart. Okay. So, before the end of today, let's try to do something with our shell-crossed whist. I don't know what, but there is a bed here, which is our bed. Right, I could cure this malady with bed rest, something suitable to drink. Well, we have a cup of tea, don't we? And enough of the relevant aspect. So we're looking for 5 lantern. Now, lantern is something we're good at. So, Inks of Revelation, level 2. Why is it not letting us? It says check the malady card for details. It says 5 lantern. So why is it not letting us put our Inks of Revelation in? I don't know. I don't know. Let's have a look. What are we missing? What are we missing? I could cure this malady with bed rest. We're in a bed. Are we in a bed? Yeah, my bed. So that goes there. Okay, it doesn't want Inks of Revelation, but it will have some of the other ones. So why is it taking that? Because it says 5 lantern. What am I missing? What am I getting wrong here? I don't understand this. I could cure this malady with bed rest. We're in a bed. Something suitable to drink. We've not got that yet. And enough of the relevant aspect. Check the malady card for details, which is that. And it says, can be cured with bed rest, something suitable to drink, and this much lantern. I don't know, unless it's a bug. If I can't understand something, that means it must be a bug. So, something bright to drink. Well, dandelion wine. Now, we don't want to use the entire bottle of dandelion wine, do we? So, if we serve a glass of dandelion wine. Okay. Then, put our whist in there. Where's the dandelion wine gone? We didn't have any slots, so it will have put it here. Right, and now can we put the skill? I still don't understand why it won't let us put this skill in. Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Which skill can we put in? All of those. But not the ones we actually want. See, this is crafting. Maybe that should be in there. There we go. I'd put it in the top. You need to put it in the bottom. I think. Will it now let us put that in? No. I'm very confused. I'm very, very confused. So it's not letting us start, even though we've got the bed. It says, add a skill card. Try to match power aspects if you want to create something. I don't want to create something. I just want to rest and recover. I think I'm going to leave this here. This is where I am currently stuck. If you know the answer to this, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to Google it and find what to do, because I am puzzled as to how I'm supposed to recover this whist. Because it does say it needs 5 lantern. Bed rest, we've got a bed. Something suitable, bright and invigorating. We've got a glass which has a lantern. So that should be fine. And this much lantern aspect to rekindle the soul's light. But it's not letting us put the skill in. It's not letting us put the skill that has the lantern. So that's where I'm confused. Anyway, we are all done. As I mentioned at the start, this is the last one that I'm planning to do in this series of videos. I'm not planning on stopping playing the game. But I will continue to create more videos if you are interested. Let me know. Otherwise, I will just play this offline on my own and see how I get on. As always, big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters for funding the channel and for bearing with me for the last couple of weeks while I have a break from creating board game content. I will be getting back to creating board game content very soon in the next few days. And yeah, we're all done. I would say thanks very much and see you next time. There may not be another time. It depends if my Patreon supporters want to see more of this, or if you're not a Patreon supporter and you've enjoyed this series of videos and you want to see more of them, then just leave me a comment in the video and yeah, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in another video at some point in future. Take care and thanks for watching.